right, guys, we are going to welcome in our guests here in just a minute. But we do want to go ahead and, first of all, give a very, 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 very big thank you to Cruise Control Transportations. Cruise Control has graciously enough partnered with us sponsoring the Mariner of the Seas series, but also providing the transportation to Port Canaveral. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but for us, when we cruise, we always have a dilemma on how we're going to get to Port Canaveral from Orlando.
It's usually either the transportation company, which we won't name.
We can't name it.
Or it's or it's like a lift. And if you know anything about Port Canaveral to Orlando to Port Canaveral, it's 45 minutes. So that's a very expensive lift.
Yes. So we are so gracious and so thankful for Cruise Control, but we also want to take the time out to give you guys the opportunity to get to know the owner of Cruise Control just a little bit better, ask any questions that you guys may have. Will you guys please welcome Cory from Cruise Control Transportations to the chat?
How you guys doing?
Welcome in, Cory.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Hey, man, can't complain.
We are doing well. Well, first of all, we do want to say thank you so much. Like we said, first and foremost, your company makes it so easy just to travel in general in the Orlando area. We want to let you know and tell you straight that your staff is very friendly, very courteous. We never felt safer actually trying to get from one spot to another in Orlando, because you know Orlando, that traffic is crazy. And we've just never felt safer taking any kind of services. Even when Brandon drives and he rents a car, sometimes it's a little... But I'm gonna stop before I get in trouble, Cory. Introduce yourself to the chat and let them know about your company.
All right, we'll do. So my name is Cory. Can y'all hear me echoing, or is it just me?
No echo.
No, you're good.
You're good.
Okay, good. All right, so my name is Cory. I do own Cruise Control Transportation, like you said. We've been operating since 2017. We specialize in taking passengers from the airport and the airport area hotels down to Port Canaveral and the Port Canaveral area hotels in Cocoa Beach as well. Starting on Monday, we will actually start offering shuttles from the Disney area, Universal area, and International Drive area to Port Canaveral as well. So we'll start booking that on Monday as well. So we offer shared shuttles. We put up to 10 passengers in each shuttle. So you don't have to worry about riding in any big buses. You don't have to go around to 12, 13, 14 hotels picking up passengers. We only put up to 10 passengers in each shuttle. Our shared shuttles are $25 per person each way. And then we also offer private shuttles. The private shuttles are different prices. It all depends on how many people there are in your group. But that's the gist of it. That's pretty much it. We make it as easy as possible. Although, like you said, all of our drivers are very friendly. We're very dependable, and we got 5 stars across the board on every single platform. So if you look us up on Google, Yelp, Facebook, even though our Facebook page got hacked, we got 5 stars across the board. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll definitely take care of your questions.
Absolutely. So your favorite couple said congratulations on your expansion to Disney, which that is huge.
Yes.
Just because we all know trying to get transportation to Disney sometimes can be a little daunting as well, especially since they took away the free service if you book with them. So that can be a little much. And yeah, expanding to Disney is a great opportunity, especially Universal, because we love it.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We used to do it back in the days, but the I-4 traffic, it was just so unpredictable that we didn't know how long the driver was going to be sitting in the traffic and whatnot. So we had to designate certain shuttles to go there at certain times to make sure that gap.
Okay. And how many shuttles do you have in your fleet right now?
Right now, so we got 2 different types of shuttles. So right now we got 4 shared shuttles that are going up and down for the shared shuttles at different times. And then we also have 4 private shuttles. So we have anywhere between SUVs, 14 passenger shuttles, 10 passenger shuttles, that kind of thing.
Okay. Alicia, welcome in, Alicia. She said, can he do Orlando to Miami?
No, we don't, but you might want to ride the Bright Line train for that one.
Brightline gonna get you there now. One thing they gonna do. Let's see. Liam said, "Do you pick up from houses like mine?"
Does Liam actually live in Orlando? He's not in Orlando, is he?
Yeah, he does live in the area. Yeah.
But yes, we will. So on Monday, like I said, we're going to start picking up from Disney and all those areas. So yes, we will pick up from residences as well, as long as it doesn't go past that Kissimmee area. So I don't know where you live, Liam, but as long as you're not in Kissimmee or Davenport, Celebration, if you don't push out that way, then yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Again, that's very, very convenient if you live in that area.
It is. And
so then I do want to add that a lot of people get they get confused when they see that Sanford Airport, because Sanford will say Sanford Orlando, and then we got Orlando International Airport. So Sanford is a completely different city. Just to put that out there, Sanford is about 45 minutes from Orlando, and it's about an hour from Port Canaveral. So when you guys are going to see some flights that are a little bit cheaper going into Sanford, you're just going to have more of a headache finding transportation coming from that Sanford area. But Sanford Airport and Orlando International Airport, they are like 45 minutes apart. So Sanford is a completely different city than Orlando. Even though if you look on their website, it's going to say Sanford Orlando. That just sounds nice. They're not in Orlando.
Okay. Yeah, because we see flights sometimes. We're like, But no, we just stick to what we know. So that's good to know. Phil and D Travel Spree says, other than not having to ride a big bus, what sets you apart from GoPort, and how would your prices compare?
All right. So I don't do too much research on GoPort, but I do know of GoPort. Actually, I do research. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I do research. So their prices, their share shuttle prices are $30 per person. Ours is $25. I don't think their first share shuttle leaves the hotels and the airport until I want to say 11. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 11. Maybe it's 10:30. But we start at 9:15 to 9:30. So we got an upper hand up on them on that. For our shared shuttles, since there's only 10 passengers in each shuttle, you don't have to worry about jumping from 15 to 16 different hotels picking up passengers. You don't have to wait for all that time for them to load everybody's luggage in. With us, we do a 15-minute window. So if you book like a 9:15 to 9:30 shuttle with us, the driver is going to get started at 9:15. By 9:30, everybody is in the vehicle headed to the cruise terminal. Also, on the way back from your cruise, if you are going back to an Orlando Airport area hotel, we will actually drop you off at your hotel, and GoPort isn't. They're going to take everybody back to the airport. So that's what sets us apart from them.
Yeah, that's crazy that they just take everybody back to the airport.
Yeah.
Like, that's super inconvenient.
Yeah. Even though they may pick you up from a hotel, they're just going to take you back to an airport. No ifs, ands, or buts.
And we're going to take you directly to your airline gate as well. So we're not just going to drop you off at some central location on level 1 at the airport and say, go figure it out. If you're flying out with Delta, we're taking you to Delta. If you're flying out with Spirit, we're taking you to Spirit. That kind of thing. And we're more personable. So our drivers, when they arrive, if they don't see you, we're going to call you. You're not just a number to us. Right. So when we get there, if we don't see you, the driver's going to call you. The driver can't get in contact with you. Then they're calling dispatch. So dispatch can try to get in contact with you. So we're a lot more personable. You can call us. You can change times. We actually have a refund policy. So if you have up to 7 days prior to your reservation date for a full refund with us. GoPort doesn't do refunds. They might give you a credit, but they're not going to give you a refund. Within 7 days, if your flight gets canceled, cruise gets canceled, something like that happens, we also refund for that as well. So we try to put ourselves in the customer's shoes, right? Mm-hmm. Life happens, things happen. So that's why we like to look out for people. So that's what sets us apart from them.
Yeah.
And we can attest this, firsthand, because Charvon was on the phone. One of your drivers, Stephanie, called, and Charvon missed the call. So because she was on the phone. So I just got the number and called Stephanie, and she answered, and we went right to the shuttle. So yeah, they're going to communicate well and be available.
Yeah. And also
Definitely.
Early. So he may tell you like a 9:15 window, but Stephanie was early every time. Like it wasn't we were ready and prepared for her to show up, but she was very much professional. She showed up early. She let us know when she was going to get there. She said she was going to call at the point that she was going to call, and she did. But she showed up early, which gave us a good buffer of time. And if, like my mom needed a little extra help getting into the shuttle. We could take that time and do those things. So that's one thing I will attest to.
And also coming off the ship,
she was
early then too.
Yeah.
Like basically, as soon as we got off the ship, she was there.
Yeah.
So that was super convenient. Like we didn't have to stand around and wait. She was already there.
Yes. Yep. Let's see. Next question is from Elisa. She said, okay, how late will you pick up from Disney?
Right now, I think the latest time we're going to offer would be 1 o'clock, only because going from Disney is like a whole different city. Like Disney is like a city within a city. So it will take you a 30-minute drive to go from one end of Disney to the next. So it all depends on which area of Disney that you're in. But 1 o'clock is probably going to be our cutoff time, because then we still got to get you to the cruise terminal, which could take hour 15 minutes, hour 30. And you only have until 3 p.m. to get to the cruise terminal before they shut it down, other than MSC cruises. MSC is a little bit different than everybody else. But for all the other major cruise lines, they shut it down at 3 p.m. So 1 p.m. would be our cutoff time, just to ensure that you're going to make it to the cruising time.
Yes. Okay. Liam says, I live north of Orlando. So
North. I'm just trying to think.
Is it Almeretta Springs, Liam? Is it that area? I think it's that area. McDaniel said, any plans for a Port of Miami expansion?
Well, people really want
to go to Miami. Yeah. Come on, Cory, you might have do something now.
Yeah, but believe it or not, we get that question every single day. I highly doubt it. I just don't know the area well enough. We've got so much going on down here that there's really, I'm not going to say no need to, but it's just that the airport in Miami isn't that far from the Port of Miami. And with that traffic, I don't know when the last time y'all cruised out of Miami, which is probably recent, but that traffic going across that bridge is something else. So I'm a Port Canaveral guy. I'm an Orlando guy. I'm a Port Canaveral guy. So I highly doubt it. Maybe, we don't know, but I highly doubt it.
Phil and D's Travel Spree said, GoPort also calls you to come check in, but I like the refund policy and dropping us off at the gate. Good to know. Thanks, brother man. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Your favorite couple says refund policy is nice. The Fox Den says good information to know. Thank you. And hello to Cynthia Williams. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Trish's Timeless Travel is here. Hello, Trish. How are you?
Trish, thank you for being here.
She said, just joining. Private rides, say less. There you go. There you go. So Trish is a travel advisor as well. So I'm sure she has a lot of customers and clients that could use your service. So Trish, in a little bit, I am going to put up a QR code if you guys want to scan to get to Cory's website to check out some of the pricing. But if you are willing or ready to book with Cory, don't forget you can use our code POTG and you can get 10% off of your service with him. Liam said Almeretta Springs. Yes.
Yes, we'll probably end up going to I can't even say the word right, and I don't want to jack it up online. So yes, we will probably
I know my limitations.
So he said, yeah, I need a better solution for Miami. Sounds like an opportunity. Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know if you noticed, people don't like cruising out of Miami, getting to the
cruise port.
It's not great.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. We took a cruise out of Miami, I want to say last year, maybe about 7-8 months ago, and yeah, I would rather leave out of Port Canaveral any day of the week.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Cory, how far out right now in advance are you booking clients?
There's no limit to it. I mean, we already got people booked for next year, but there's no limit to it. So if you call us, if you say, hey, I want to book for February of next year, which we already got people booked for February next year, you're more than welcome to. We usually do sell out about 2 to 3 weeks in advance. So don't be that person waiting until the day before or the day of to call us, because more than likely we're going to be sold out, to be quite honest with you. If we do have availability, we'll try to make it work. But especially if you call us on that day of, because we got so many moving pieces already going and we don't want to mess up our day or throw the drivers off track. Just make sure you book, even if you're not booking with us, make sure you book your transportation a good 3 weeks in advance.
Okay. And how could they get in touch with you? Could they call, email? Is there a chat representative? How long would somebody have to get in contact?
So our office hours are 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, but you can make a reservation online. You can give us a call. We also do have a chat box on our website. You can't make a reservation through chat, but usually there is a live agent there, so you don't have to worry about talking to a robot. If you send in a chat, we're going to respond to you with a real person. So,
okay, awesome. Andretta Gordon, hello. Thank you for being here. Says the best port to travel is Port Canaveral. I'm really starting to like it. Yeah, absolutely. Now, especially now that we have an easier time getting there. Trish says, sorry, new question. I apologize if covered. How big of groups do you transport?
We usually will stop at 40. Because usually after 40 passengers, it's time for a bus, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Only because it would take us, anywhere between 3 to 4 shuttles for 40 passengers. So usually after 40, we will, we'll just probably refer you to like a bus company at that point.
Okay. Phil and D's Travel Spree said, are vans dedicated per booking, or is there a possibility of us sharing with other customers?
You have the option of both. So especially with the shared shuttles, that is shared with up to 10 passengers. And let's see here, are the vans dedicated per book? So so after you make a reservation, so we have designated seats for our passengers. So it's not like you make a reservation, everybody go get in line, first come, first serve type of situation. Whenever you make a reservation with us, we assign a driver and a seat. So hopefully that answers the question. I think I'm reading that right. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So is it shared or private? Basically, is it shared or private? So yeah, you do have the option of both, Phil. They do shared and private. Yes. Any other questions in the chat? You're doing so great explaining everything.
Yeah. These are good questions.
I've been doing this for so long, and I would like to point out, if you guys are using a travel agent, please make sure the travel agent has at least left from Port Canaveral 3 times. I have had so many customers that have, or in situations about to miss their cruise because a travel agent don't know their left from their right, leaving out of Port Canaveral. Mm-hmm. I have people calling me with flights landing at 2:00 when you got to be to the terminal by 3, and they're like, I don't know why my travel agent gave me this flight. Stuff like that happens all the time, and they're like, why don't my travel agent tell me this? You picked the wrong one. So just make sure if you're going to pick. Yeah, if you're going to go with the travel agent, make sure you guys are going with the travel agent that has at least left from Port Canaveral at least 3 times. Please do that. Don't just, I know if your cousin is starting her new travel agency, it sounds nice and you want to support her, but don't miss out, don't mess up your cruise over it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when you go, correct me if I'm wrong, travel agent, but when you go to book the cruise, it says basically leaving out of Orlando.
Yes.
The website or wherever you book says leaving out of Orlando.
Yeah.
They don't realize that port is actually Port Canaveral, and Port Canaveral is 45 minutes.
Depending on where you're leaving from in Orlando. So even if you stay in Orlando, it could be 45 minutes, but it just depends. Orlando is not small. So, like Cory said, you need that buffer of time. And that's the great thing about using a service like his is because they're so on time. And honestly, just us I'm telling Cory, well, our boarding time is set for, 12. He's been doing this so long, he can literally tell you what time he needs to pick you up, what time. So he knows it as well. Like, it's not just, it's a one-sided conversation and you're not feeling left out in the cold. They can actually recommend and give you great service as far as if you're not using a travel agent, what is the best time to be picked up and dropped off to the cruise port. So very big kudos for that. C said, interview your agent. That part.
I agree 100% with that one. You have no idea the horror stories that I have, so please do.
Yes.
That's crazy. That like missing a cruise or missing a flight just gives me chills. It gives me the creeps.
Trish said, I'm bougie and I need my name on a sign and a nice car. My pit's gotta make people jealous. Well, so, Trish, I will say this: those vans are nice and they smell amazing. We're like, man, it smells good in here. They are clean. But I'm gonna let Cory go ahead and describe you his transportation.
Yeah, so we don't do meet and greet services at this time, and that's only because our shuttles, our drivers, were so back and forth. Like, when the cruises are here, we only have a limited amount of time to do as many pickups as possible. So our shuttles are back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So therefore, if our drivers don't have the time to go inside the airport, hold up a sign. Oh, sorry, somebody's calling. Hold up a sign and start waiting for somebody to walk up to them. We just don't have the time to do that. But we can definitely, let's say if you're, 4 or 5 passengers, we do have nice SUVs. We got Cadillac Escalades, we got Chevy Suburbans, things of that nature. So, we don't hold up the signs, but the vehicles are nice. They will be clean and your driver will be courteous. We're going to take care of your luggage. We're going to open up the door for you. So we will definitely take care of you.
Yes, absolutely.
Because by the time we left Stephanie, I was just like, I felt like she was a part of the family. At that point, we had so many conversations and just, spoken with her so much. It was like, oh, she's almost like an extended part of the family now. So I'm sure we worked her last nerve, but thank you for dropping that. Your favorite couple dropped the website for cruise control transportation in the chat. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and click on the link. Don't leave us though, but make sure you bookmark it. That way you can go back to it and find it when you're looking for those services. And remember to get that extra 10% off, use the code POTG. POTG is the code.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm off the clock right now.
You're off the clock right now. Big Zilla is here. He said, "Happy Thursday, Parker family," and chat and salute for promoting the brothers' business. Of course,
absolutely,
of course, exactly. That's what we're going to do. See what C says. Very impressed with your bands, Cory.
Hey, so you rode with us before, or was she on the group cruise?
Yeah, she was a part.
Oh, awesome! Appreciate it.
Yeah, she went back to the hotel and got a nap that day.
Oh, at Universal. So she was the one that was asleep. Oh,
yeah. She had a nice nap. Hey T, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. And if you are just joining us, we are chatting with Cory from Cruise Control Transportation. He is our sponsor for this series, for the Mariner of the Sea series, and he does provide shuttle services in the Orlando area. They are expanding to Disney and Universal, but if you need services to your cruise in Port Canaveral, this is the guy. This is the only guy, and we are not going to say that bad word anymore. We don't talk about Bruno over here. Van services will definitely be using cruise control.
I definitely appreciate it.
All right. Let's see here. Florida Cruisers are here. Thank you for being here, fam. You are perfectly fine. If you have any questions for Cory from Cruise Control Transportations, please feel free to drop them in the chat. We know you guys cruise a lot, and if you're looking for a shuttle service out of the Port Canaveral area, Orlando area, or even just hotel transportation, this is your go-to guy. On the Go with Yellow said, we'll definitely try you next time.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
And Ink Spill Travels is here. Hey, Adrian, how are you?
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member as well.
Absolutely. So, Cory, do you want to kind of give us, if you want to, like a backstory of how you got started in the industry?
So, yeah, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version.
Okay.
So I'm from North Carolina, like you guys. And I was living in Charlotte at the time. And I'm a D student, straight up D student in high school. Moved that up to a B when I got to college, but I was a D student. But anyway, so when I came here to go on a cruise, and I'm thinking that Orlando, like the port is in Orlando, because I'm a D student. Mm-hmm. So when I started doing my research, I was like, wait, we got to go 45 minutes away. So I started looking at the prices of the different shuttle companies. So I came to Orlando to go on a cruise. So me being me, I started counting the bodies in the shuttles. So I'm counting money in my head. I'm counting. So when we get to Port Canaveral, me, I'm visual. I'm just looking and I'm analyzing. I don't even care about the cruise at this moment. I'm trying to figure out what the shuttle company is doing. So then I see them drop us off. They go pick up other people and then go head back. And I'm like, oh, I can pull that off. So I basically went home every day when I got off from work. I started building a website. It took me about 6 months to do that. I just put a plan together. I was looking at different companies. I was looking at their reviews. What were people upset about? What were people happy about? And I just put it all together. So I put my house on the market to sell. I said, well, if it sells within the next 2 months, I'm out of here. If not, it wasn't meant to be. And then within 24 hours, the house sold for more than what we was asking for cash. And I had 31 days to get out. And then I made my way down here to Orlando. So I came down here. I grabbed the first apartment complex and said yes. And I just, from that point on, I came down here, and within 2 months, started operating. I was just one man in a van. And by month 3, it just like skyrocketed. But when I first got started, Uber wasn't allowed at the airport. So that was my whole thing, because I was like, well, Uber can't go to the airport, so everybody's eating good from the airport. And I only had one van. So I was like, if I could just fill 11 seats 3 times a day, then I'm good. And it turned out a lot more than that. So it's a blessing, you know. So that's the Cliff Notes version.
All right, that's good.
Hey man, stepping out on faith.
Oh yeah, stepping out on faith. See what C says. What part of NC are you?
Part that you never heard of. So I'm from a small little country town called Washington, North Carolina, but I lived in Charlotte for most of my adult life.
Washington is about an hour and a half from my small little hometown called Beaufort, so I'm very familiar.
Oh yeah. So I'm a country boy, in other words.
Yes, yeah. We know our country boys.
Yeah, sure. I was raised in a country, but I'm also a city kid.
I don't know how that works. So, T said, does your shuttle go from Port to Georgia? No, he can't. Yeah. He's not even going to Miami, so you know we're not going to Georgia. And C said, do they pick up from DC? I'm sick of these airlines. I ain't messing with Liam tonight. Liam got jokes. Yolo says, nah. I
gotta go hang out with Liam now that I know that he's right down the street.
Right. That's right, because I forgot you guys did meet.
Yeah.
Your favorite couple says stepping out on faith.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Yeah, we love that. Adrian says, hey, NC. She's from Durham. She lives in Durham, so she's an NC girl.
That's where my brother lives. He's a pharmacist. He's the brains of the family.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. So I am going to go ahead and put up the QR code for Cory, so you guys can see that. We are also doing a giveaway. So Cory has blessed you guys with
2 round trip shuttle tickets. There we go.
Thank you, Cory. Thank you.
2 peace signs up.
If you need assistance booking your next cruise, feel free to reach out to us at parkersonthego16@gmail.com, and we can help you book your next cruise adventure.
Watch this video right here.